Yes, good morning students. Hope you remember the last class what we have discussed. We have discussed about the liberalization, privatization, globalization, which was introduced in new economic reforms or new economic policy in 1991. Okay. Then what happened after 1991 or 1947 after independence? And though we had so many reforms, we had so many social issues and economic issues in our country. So we have to tackle those issues, especially excessive population also one of the reason, one of the problem, and unemployment one of the problem, poverty, illiteracy and inequalities in distribution of income, etc., etc. So we had so many issues. Till now we are facing so many issues. So we are going to discuss among the so many issues, we are going to discuss the one, poverty. Hope you would have heard the word poverty, isn't it? So poverty is a situation in which the section of the people in a country are unable to get the minimum basic needs like food, shelter, clothing, education and healthcare facility, etc. Hope you would have seen in the areas, in the bus stop, railway station, metro station down and many places you can see the people, those who are living without any shelter, any roof for them, and some people would have done with the plastic sheet as a roof. So this is the situation of poverty, ma'am. I repeat again, poverty is a situation in which a section of people in a country are unable to get a minimum basic needs. And before there was a explanation or classification about the poverty, only the food, shelter, clothing, those are unable to get the food, shelter, clothing, they were considered as poor people. But right now they have included as an essential of education and healthcare facilities too. Because without these two, you can't improve your life at present, isn't it? Okay, and while addressing the Constituent Assembly in 1947, Jawaharlal Nehru had said this achievement, which means independence, is but a step, an opening of the country opportunity to great triumphs and achievement that await us, which means still we have to do some other achievement. Not only the independence is a great achievement, still we have to do so many responsibilities to reach or avoid, achieve that ending of poverty and ignorance, disease and inequality of opportunities. So which are the things we have to end the poverty, remove the poverty, ignorance and disease, which is health issues, and inequality of opportunity, which mean equal distribution of income and wealth or social job opportunities. Okay, and however we need to know where we stand today. At present, what is the status of poverty in India? See, poverty is not only a challenge for India, as more than 1/5 of the world poor live in India. Remember, more than 1/5 of the poor who lives in India, but also for the world, where about 300 million people are not able to get their basic needs. Remember, so many people are poor in our country, in our world. Okay, so this is you should be knowing, more than 1/5 of the people are living in as a poor in India, and more than 300 million people are poor in the world. Okay, out of 300 people, how much? 1/5. So those many people are lives in India as a poor. Okay, poverty. What do you mean by poverty? Already I told you, the people who are unable to get the minimum basic needs, they are considered as poor. They are living in a poverty. Okay, poverty has many dimensions. It has to be looked through the varieties of indicators. How can you identify the people are living in a poverty or poor, below the poverty line? What do you mean by what is the condition? Number one, level of income and consumption. By basing their income, you know that below the poverty line, the income level limit for per annual income or per monthly income, there is a scale. Okay, in rural and urban area, how much you have to earn per month for your day-to-day survival. If you are not earning the level, the scale which is allotted by the government or planning commission, you are considered as below the poverty line. And consumption, per day, normal person can have a 3 times per day food, but not even a 3 times, at least 2 times in a day you should have your minimum calories of food consumption. If you are unable to consume the minimum calories of consumption, you are considered as living in poverty. Okay, Next, social indicators. What are the social indicators, ma? Like health facilities, education facilities, okay, and other facilities to enjoy the social rights, etc. If you are not getting, no, yes, obviously you are a poor person. Next, the person is poor. Next, indicators of vulnerability of risk. Vulnerability of risk. If the person is a male, if he is not able to bargain or argue for his minimum salary or wage for his service. The same way, if the women or girl, child doesn't have a social security in her home or a working place, so that person and all considered as poor, because for the poor people no support from the or security from the society, so they are most vulnerable society, vulnerable people. Vulnerable means affected by the social ill. Okay, next, socio-political access, which mean the people, those who does not have a eligibility or unable to nominate for elections, maybe MLA, MP or whatever union board, so many things are there. No? If you are unable, if you don't have a rights, if you don't have a ration card or minimum ID proof, address proof, or to nominate yourself for anything, if you don't have these minimum basic minimum accessories, which mean your proofs, you are considered as poor. Okay, next, why poor people are physically weak? Why the poor people are physically weak? Okay, obviously if you are poor, your income is low and your consumption will be low. Okay, and you don't get a proper physical healthcare facilities like vaccination or medicines or injection or whatever it is, ma'am. So what will happen if the poor women in the poor family, one woman is pregnant and she can't have a proper nutrition food per day or for the 10 month also, what will happen with the child growth? The child also will be in a malnutrition. Malnutrition means deficiency in nutrition. The child may born with, you could have seen in the UNO advertisement and all, United Child UCF or something, Child Federation, they used to give the advertisement to collect the money to protect these kind of malnutritional child, isn't it? Because so many areas in our country, they are unable to get the minimum basic needs, and the casual laborers and poors, beggars, rag pickers, they stay near the roadways and bridges face a corner, and they don't have a proper food and nutritional facilities and the healthcare facility. So without vaccination, these people will provide the weak child. The child also will struggle for the health, okay, will face for the health issue. Next, malnutrition, ill health and disability makes the poor physically weak. Disability, because of this poor income and consumption condition and healthcare facility, the people will become a ill health. Okay, these are the factors which make the poor people physically weak. Okay, next one, what are the features of poorest household? What will happen in the poor people houses? Okay, you can see, if you go and see there, they don't have a proper food, isn't it? They can't have a proper food because of no income, no job. Okay, so here starvation, hunger and lack of basic literacy and skills are the features of poorest household. Starvation, they used to struggle for the having food, a bowl of food, how many children are having, you see, and education facility they can't get because the parents are going for job and they are migrating from one place to another place like a casual laborers. So they don't put it in not even a government school because they keep migrating from one place to another. So they can't give the proper education for their children. So basic education and skill also missing, and the minimum necessities of food also missing for this child. This is features of poorest household. And next one, social factors that triggers and perpetuate the poverty. Or what are the social factors which still affect or still make a reason for still create a poverty or poor people in a country, which is literacy. If you don't learn properly sorry ma, if you are not educated, you don't get a proper job. Ignorant, the people are not aware of the government policies or program which is available for the poor people. Minimum basic needs provided through PDS system and school midday meal scheme, and for employment opportunity, training for the poor people, and provision during this lockdown period also they have given, if you have an Aadhaar card, they have given the free cost of provision rations in the government shops, isn't it? So this and all they don't aware, they are not aware of it, but that exactly this benefits for meant for, especially it is meant for these kind of people only, but it cannot be reached, or it could not able to reach because of ignorance. The people does not aware of it. And backwardness, yes, of course they are staying in a extension and they don't know to improve themselves, and they don't know the opportunities available for them to get it improve from them, to get out of the poverty. And inadequacy of social structure. Yes, of course, there is so much of poverty alleviation programs are implemented by government, though this should be reached to the poor people in a time. So this is not properly reached. So this is also inadequacy of social structure, which mean employment opportunities or education opportunities, or the people looking at the poor people, the way they look at the poor people. So this is not totally different, ma'am. And narrow outlook affecting the quality of life of the people and employment. So these are the factors that triggers and perpetuate the poverty. Okay, next, who are rural poor? Okay, the poor can be classified into rural poor and urban poor on the basis of where they stays and where they are struggling for the minimum basic needs. See here, the scholars identify the poor on the basis of their occupation and ownership of assets. Yes, of course, economists identify the poor on the basis of ownership and of their occupation and ownership of asset. If you are working for a monthly income, regular salary, if you are getting, you are not a poor. If you are not getting, you are considered as poor. The same way, ownership of asset, how much property you have, the own asset. If you don't have, you are considered as poor. So according to scholars, which is economic scholars, identify the poor on the basis of their occupation and ownership of assets. See examples of rural poor: landless agricultural laborers, cultivators with very small land holdings, tenants, cultivators with small holdings, etc. Next, urban poor. Yes, obviously these urban poor are overflow of rural poor. Those are unable to get any unable to find any job. You obviously know that in rural areas, agriculture is the main job occupation. That agriculture job also seasonal occupation. When there is no rainfall, when the cultivation is over, remaining 3 months or 6 months, they will be jobless. That time, if they are unable to find any suitable job for their income sources, they will move from rural to urban area. So these people are known as urban poor. The economists state that the urban poor are only on overflow of the rural poor into the urban areas. Examples: pushcart vendors, street cobblers, rag pickers and beggars, etc. Okay, next, poverty line. After independence, in pre-independence India, India, what do you mean poverty line? I'll tell you, there is a scale according to the planning commission. If you are crossing the scale, if you are above the scale, like you can see the image, you are not a poor people, or you are the middle income group. The second category by image, you can see churning poor and occasionally poor. They move in and out of the poverty. If you are above the poverty line, okay, you are not a poor, and if you are below the poverty line, you are considered as poor. See the diagram, and I will tell you this poverty line concept first introduced by Dadabhai Naoroji. Okay, he used the term. Why they have used this poverty line mean? This poverty line separate the people into poor and non-poor. Okay, this line, if you are below the line, you are considered as poor people. If you are above the line, you are considered as non-poor, which means rich income group. Okay, so the poverty line first was introduced by Dadabhai Naoroji. See here, what do you mean by poverty line according to Planning Commission? The Planning Commission of India estimated the poverty line on the basis of minimum nutrition calories required for the rural and the urban people. Per day, you have to consume a minimum nutrition calories of food. If you are unable to consume this allotted minimum nutrition calories, you are considered as poor people, or you are living below the poverty line. See how much calories they have allotted as per the planning commission. The minimum calories intake per day was estimated at 2400 calories for a rural person and 2100 calories for a urban people in India. Why 2400 calories in rural area and 2100 the difference you can identify, no ma? Because rural people are doing more physical work than urban people. So urban people does not require so much of calories to consume, but rural people they should consume more as per their work, hard work. Okay, so here this is the poverty line chart. Here you see poverty line is dotted line, horizontal line for all the graph, and which is classify the poor into chronic poor, transient poor and non-poor. See, we are going to discuss about this only. I will repeat again. The poverty line separate the people into poor and non-poor. The people are who are poor and who are not poor. You can identify with the help of poverty line chart. And first it was used by Dadabhai Naoroji. Okay. Here categories of poverty in poverty line chart. Number one is chronic poor as per the diagram. You see here chronic poor. Under the chronic poor the two categories have come, which is always poor and usually poor. See, who are always poor for a long duration. You can see some people, those who are staying in the roadside, they used to say my father or my parents and grandparents and great grandparents, everyone were staying in the same bus stop or railway station only, and we don't have a proper house and we don't have a ID proof, we don't have a proper income or job opportunity. So those people are known as chronic which means long period. Okay, and it includes always poor and usually poor. For example, casual workers specially belongs to backward classes. Casual workers which mean the construction laborers, those people, that's what I said, the lack of basic literacy and skill. We have discussed, no, the features of poorest household. Because these casual labor, they don't have a permanent house, isn't it? Wherever they get a job for construction work, they will go and they do, and they will move from one place to another. They are the migrant labor, so they are the chronic poor. They are always poor or usually poor because the labor, they don't have a proper house and hut. So they keep moving from one place to another. Okay, this is chronic poor. First chart, according to the first chart, it can be always poor or usually poor. The people, those who are poor for a long period of time. Okay, and as per the second chart, transient poor. See here, what do you mean by transient poor? Which include churning poor who are regularly move in and out of the poverty. For example, small workers and seasonal workers. Small workers and seasonal workers. Obviously you know that in agriculture sector the seasonal laborers are there. The agriculture sector, the people are seasonal laborers. They work and they when there is a rainfall they get a job, and when the rainfall fails they don't have a job. Okay, so this is churning poor. Churning means it move in and out of the poverty. And next one, occasionally poor, who are above the poverty line, but sometimes due to bad luck they will become poor. You can see so many people's stories in movies and real life. The businessmen and those who have a own business, own property, jameen, etc. And the people, what they will do, they do the services, which means they run the business. Due to bad luck, they what will happen? Due to bad luck, the business will face the loss, and what will happen, due to bad luck they face the loss and they can't earn the income. They will become a poor later. So they are known as occasionally poor. See in the chart, churning poor and occasionally poor. Churning poor, which means the people who move in and out of the poverty. See the diagram, the line is zigzag. It is moving in below the poverty line and above the poverty line, isn't it? And occasionally poor means the people are always middle income group only. They are running the business. Due to bad luck they face the loss, and they will lose all the properties or jameen or business things, and they will become a poor. So this is the occasionally poor. And last category as per the poverty line is never poor or non-poor. Never poor or non-poor. See these people. Okay, next to 10 generation or 5 generation also they are not poor, which means rich people, the people who lives above the poverty line. See the third category chart, never poor or non-poor, which means they are not at all poor in their life. They get all the minimum basic necessities, more than the basic necessities, and income and social status, everything is available for these people. So poverty line separate the people into poor and non-poor. This poverty line first the term was used by Dadabhai Naoroji. Okay ma. Again I'll tell you the poverty line in explanation was given by Planning Commission as per the minimum basic nutrition calories requirement consumed by the people in rural and urban area. Thank you children. Keep learning. Thank you.